my plan to make $50,000 in October with Instagram theme pages, okay? In this video, I'm going to reveal you the framework I'll use to make $50,000 a month in October. But first of all, who am I to talk about this, okay? So let me share my screen. My name is Arnas. Nice to meet you. You can check me out on Instagram. And for the past 4 years, I've been running Passionate Income, okay? That's my brand. That's what I do for a living. And I'll talk about how I'm gonna make $50,000 from this exact business. Also, you see here, it says join Passionate Income newsletter for free, which we're gonna talk about in a second. This is how it looks, right, on the website. You can just enter your email. That's pretty much it. By the way, you know, I've taught over 100 people how to do this in the past 2 years. Here are some examples, like ChatGPT tricks. The guy who's running it, Ivan, has over 3 million followers on Instagram. Stay Strong Motivated, Motive Mastery. Like, you can see all these pages. Like, you can reload. You can find these pages by yourself on Instagram. Mindset Hub, we're working right now with him, actually. 11 Stoic, right now, he's my client, okay? Uncover AI, Anthony, he's my client, okay? The Fearless Impact, he's my client, okay? And I can keep on going and going and going about this. But, I mean, for the people who are new here, I don't want to bore the people who already know me. For the people who are new here, go on my personal Instagram account, press on results. You'll see plenty of results. You'll see who I am. Or if you just want to stay on YouTube, I have plenty of videos with basically proof that I've done this over and over again. And I'm just sharing my plan, to be honest, if like how I'm going to hit 50K in October. Like, you can take this, you can not take this. Like, it's totally up to you. I'm just sharing my plan. If you want to listen to it, very cool. I'm more than happy to share it with you. So let me share my slides again with you. So I showed you who I am. So first, why Faceless pages, right? Like, why would I choose this business to make 50K a month and not like e-commerce or SMMA or like an agency or copywriting, freelancing, whatever? Well, it's not as saturated as freelancing or agency or as SMMA. You only have like 3 moving pieces, okay? And you can run this in like 1 to 2 hours a day once you get the hang of it. And you obviously need a team when you're doing 50 grand a month, like a small team, a few VAs, a copywriter or whatever. But basically, you know, you can do this in 1 to 2 hours a day, and you don't need to be on camera yourself or build a personal brand. But there are some downsides as well of running a faceless brand. And I'm not going to tell you that it's a perfect business model if we're talking about Instagram pages alone, because you're dependent on the algorithm. You don't own your audience. The social network like Instagram owns it, right? And since your growth is all over the place at the beginning, you have no stability in your business in the first 6 months. That's why I don't like running Instagram pages alone. And if you know me, you already know what I do like, okay? You can check out my previous YouTube videos, the 20K training, the how to make 20K a month, stable 20K a month. That's why where I revealed this business model. But basically, I like this business model online the most right now. I think it's the best, the easiest way to make money, and actually like reliable. This is not gonna go away in 1 year or 2 years. Like, this is gonna stay forever. And maybe you'll need to adapt here and there. But like, if you learn the frameworks with this business model, with Faceless Instagram pages plus an email newsletter, I mean, you'll never be broke again if you do this correctly, you know? So what do I mean by this, by the way? This means you can actually collect the emails of your followers, that you grow organically, and then you have stability in your business, which is pretty cool. You know, email in general is very stable, and you own your audience, so no one's gonna delete your email list or anything like that. It's just like a CSV file, essentially, with a bunch of emails at the end of the day. And, you know, I've done it in the past year and a half, basically just growing a huge email newsletter and kind of monetizing it here and there. But I never did like a big launch, which I'm going to talk about. And that's, you know, where my plan comes in to make 50 grand next month. So, by the way, what does this mean? This means you get the best of both worlds when you combine like this business model, right? You get the growth of like Instagram, right? The insane reach, the millions, tens of millions of people reach in the first like 3 months of starting. But also you have the stability of like an email newsletter where if you do everything correctly, you're almost guaranteed to land in your contacts inbox. Another thing people never talk about, like good email marketers can make $1 per email subscriber per month. And this is not some BS statistic. This is one of the most common internet marketing KPIs entrepreneurs try to hit in their business. And you can kind of research it on your own if you don't believe that. But some make more, some make less. But what does that mean for you? It means if you can get like 20,000 active email subscribers, you can make $20,000 a month if you follow the right steps. By the way, like I have around 75,000 very active emails on my email newsletter. So this number is very sustainable and stable. Like there are newsletters who've been around for like 15 years now, and they maintained their subscribers for that period of time. So yesterday in my private coaching program, I revealed this and got like insane feedback, okay? Like I did a group coaching call that we usually do. And like I got so many messages, like people messaging me like, man, you should increase the price of your coaching program. Like this is great. I can't wait to see what happens, because in my coaching program, what I'll do is I'll basically document the journey. Like I'll share the exact emails we're sending. I'll share the exact results, like documenting step by step, day by day, like how I'm going to do all of this in 1 month, right? And everyone was like, whoa, that's absolutely amazing. But obviously I won't go as deep, as in depth as I did in my coaching clients call, right? But here's like the simple framework, right, I'm going to use. So this hit me when I was talking to one of my mentors over a year ago, and he told me this. He said, Arnas, when I hit my first 100,000 email subscribers, I knew I was never going to be broke again. And I didn't really understand that at first, but this led me to going, very deep into email newsletter and investing over $100,000 actually of my personal bank balance into education about email newsletters and ads, and working with different agencies and different communities, different coaches, and all of that. So there's a few big problems with email newsletters though. So the problem with email newsletters is, you see, without social media presence, email newsletters are extremely expensive to run. For example, most email newsletters spend $2 to $5 to acquire a quality subscriber, which means you would have to invest like $40,000 to $100,000 just to reach like 20,000 subscribers. I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's still a good business model, right? You invest $40K and then you can make like $20K per month. But obviously most beginners don't know how to make $1 per month per email subscriber. So this is wrong, actually. That's what I love. What I do, I get the subscribers for free, right? That's the beauty of combining two business models which feed one another. It's like yin and yang, right? So do you see why we combine these two? When you combine Instagram with tens of millions of reach every single month, like Passionate Income has around 20 million reach in the past 28 days, right? So we reach so many people and then we just drive them to an email newsletter. Do you see how that works? So it's literally the yin and yang of online business, and no one's talking about this. This is like my favorite business model. And yes, you have some people talking about theme pages and you have some people talking about email newsletters specifically, but no one is talking about combining the two at a high level. By the way, if you want my personal help implementing this in your own business, DM me the word coach on Instagram at owner Arnas. So how does this actually work, right? We have only 3 moving pieces, very simple: growing an audience on Instagram, converting followers into active subscribers, and monetization. I'm not going to cover every single step, because if you want to, you can watch my other previous videos where I covered this in depth, like how to grow an audience and how to convert your followers into active subscribers. But I'm going to talk about monetization because this is my plan to make 50 grand, right? I already grew an audience on Instagram, so this is my plan, right? This is not a plan for you, this is a plan for me. So I already grew over 1 million followers on Instagram. I already converted around 75. Well, technically I converted like around 110,000 people to sign up for my email newsletter and cleaned that list to 75,000 people. And monetization is what's left. I mean, I made money already from the email newsletter, but monetization, how will I get to 50 grand, right? That's the real question. So how do you get that $1 per subscriber per month that I mentioned previously? So first, once readers enter the door, once they subscribe, you'll suggest them other newsletters, and here's how it works. So you've probably seen this, right? You enter an email, boom, this pops up. There's a bunch of different email newsletters, and it says like, hey, subscribe to these as well. They're great, And what happens is, like, when someone clicks, yes, I want to subscribe, on average, you'll get $1 to $2 per email subscriber. Don't believe the people who'll say you'll make $8, $10, $12. It was never like that. They're just lying to you. to sell their BS. So you watch their videos. I'll tell you just straight up, like, I'm pretty much the guy who's actually running a newsletter and actually like taking this seriously as a business. You'll be able to make $1 to $2 per email sign up with a pop-up like that, which is still great, right? Like, who doesn't want $1 to $2 extra per email subscriber in their bank account, right? Like, it's great. And you can probably relatively easily get thousands of subscribers per month if you just know what you're doing with content and conversion. So that's where most people stop, okay? I've seen people say like, oh, that's the best way to monetize right now. Yeah, man, like if you just drive people to an email newsletter and make money from signups, cool. Like that's $1 to $2. Cool for you, like good. $1 to $2 if you do it well, but that's where most people stop. And they don't know that the real money is in the list, okay? The people that subscribe to you, the people who are on the list, on your email list, that's where the real money is. It's not in the sign up. It's not in the $1 to $2 per pop-up. Like that's nothing compared to what you can be making from the list itself. So to actually make money from this, with this, you need to send good emails, build trust with your audience, nurture them with your content, and that's when it starts paying off. So it says here are a few ways of monetizing, and I'm not gonna mention all because this would take me hours to explain, but well, the real question is, what framework will I use to make that 50 grand in October? So I'll just promote my own product. You can do so many different things. You can do like sponsorship ads, affiliate marketing, CPL deals, CPA deals, CPM deals, like so many different things. I'm not gonna bore you with that. I'll just share you my plan, okay? So I'll promote my own product. And this is probably the most lucrative one, but also requires the most work. But since I've been doing this full time for 4 years, I mean, I'm willing to put in the work, right? And you can have a variety of products and like a well-crafted funnel, and just think of like a $27 product, which leads into a $3,000 per month done for you service. When you sell enough $27 products, you will get $3,000 per month clients that you can outsource with like a well-trained virtual assistant. So that's just like a high-level overview example. Okay, I'm not gonna do this exactly. I'm just giving you an example so you can understand how this works. So here's what I did yesterday. I reached out to my copywriter who's been writing passionate income newsletter for the past year, and we talked back and forth, and I told him this. I said, you need to help me with my product launch, specifically to the newsletter, okay? Because my newsletter, I've been growing it and nurturing it and building the trust for over a year now, actually. And I never did like a huge launch. I made the money from the newsletter, but it wasn't anything insane, like out of this world, right? So then I sent him this payment, $4,200, right? Might seem incredible for you, but this is completely normal. As a business owner, you need to hire people, you need to pay for their services, and copywriting is one of the best skills one can have, and I'm definitely willing to pay for those skills. So he's building me an email marketing strategy with the emails, obviously, and well, he's gonna write the copy, right? Copywriter writes the email, writes the words. So what are we going to sell? Like exactly what I showed you previously, pretty much. We're gonna sell a low ticket product, which leads into a high ticket product. Okay, I'm only sharing the exact details with my actual coaching clients, right? But what's the expectation from this 7-day launch, right? So around $3,000 to $4,000 in sales from the low ticket product, to cover basically the copywriter's fee, pretty much. And then $30,000 to $50,000 in sales for the high ticket offer. And this is going to take more than 7 days. That's why I say how I'm gonna make 50 grand in October, right? Because it's a 7-day launch, but we're just promoting the low ticket for 7 days. And then obviously the conversion to high ticket takes some time. So here's the cool part though. When I do make that 50 grand, right? You see, I won't burn the audience after this. Like, I made my 50K and you would think, well, that's bad because you can't do it again, right? Actually, you know what will happen? I'll just have a warmer audience on my newsletter. And guess what? Like if I want to, I can do another similar launch 4 weeks later, right? Also, I can reinvest the profits into growing the newsletter to bigger numbers, right? So it's at 75K right now. But for example, I know how to get subscribers for around $1 per subscriber or less. So if I have 75,000 subscribers right now, and I can make 50K from a launch or like in a month from something like this, like promoting a product to my list, approximately it would be double with 150,000 subscribers. I mean, mathematically, right? I mean, in reality, it might be a bit less or a bit more, but approximately it would be double, right? So that's what my mentor meant when he said, look, I knew I'll never be broke again after I hit 100,000 subs with my newsletter. That's it. I mean, if I were you, I would start learning this sooner than later, because when everyone starts doing it, you already want to be on top of the game. So the opportunity is there. The choice is yours. It's either one day or day one. And if you want to join the community of winners that you saw, at the start of the video where I pulled up the different Instagram profiles, and you want to be mentored by me personally, just like those guys, DM me the word coach on Instagram @ownerarna.